What's going on, everybody? Hope you all had a very good week. Last week of the Houston Open, it ended up being a good week for me, especially on Sunday. Ended up winning a couple GPPs with my showdown lineup. So yeah, if you do want to join RG Premium, you get access to this model. You also get access to the showdown projections, and I write articles for each of the showdown slates, and all the guys I used in that lineup that won the tournament were featured in that article from the night before. So highly recommend you joining us. And if not, thanks for watching this video anyway. But we're here to talk about the RSM Classic. It's going to be played at two different courses at Sea Island Golf Club, the Seaside course and the Plantation course. The Seaside course is a par 70 that measures 7,005 yards. The Plantation course is a par 72 that has 3 reachable par 5s. And it's a little bit longer, but it will be easier. So golfers will play the Seaside course one of the first 2 days. I'll play the Plantation course the other day. Then we'll have the cut, and then we will see the Seaside host the final 2 rounds. So we don't have any shot link data for the Plantation course. We will focus on the Seaside course. You're going to hear a lot about the Sea Island Mafia. A lot of the golfers that are in the field either live here, train here, have a house here. So historically, it hasn't been a huge edge for those guys that do live here. We've seen a lot of them actually struggle at this event. But yeah, if you want to play the home angle, you certainly can with a lot of the golfers in the field. This is one of the shortest courses on the PGA Tour. It should be very easy. The last 5 winners here, 22 under, 19 under, 19 under, 19 under, and 21 under par. I don't think you need a specific skill set to really contend here outside of making a lot of putts. So the fairways here, very easy to hit. You're going to see a lot of guys clubbing down, not hit a lot of drivers this week, especially on the Seaside course. So that does lead to a very high driving accuracy rate. The greens here are extremely easy to hit as well. They are pretty large in size. We have seen around the green play a bigger role than I would have expected here in the past, because typically when we have, birdie fest where the greens are easy to hit, it turns into more of a putting contest. But around the green has been important, so you definitely don't want to make bogeys if you do miss these greens. Off the tee, I'm looking at more accuracy than distance, but I don't think you need to weigh off the tee metrics too much this week. And then there's going to be a lot of approach shots from 100 to 175 yards. We'll talk about some proximity stats here in a minute. Let's get to the overall stats. So pretty small weight to my off the tee metrics. Again, it's only 18% of the 100% total that goes into the stats. Typically, that's a little bit higher. So with a little bit of weight to accuracy as well. Stroke gained approach, ball striking, proximity. So this is going to be those ranges that I talked about from 100 to 175 yards. Let's take a look at who rates out best the last 12 months. You have Tom Hoge, no surprise there, one of the best iron players in the world. Mark Hubbard, who got DQ'd last week for bringing an extra driver into the bag. Adam Svensson, good iron player. Stallings, and Russell Knox. So certainly some interesting names there in terms of guys that hit those wedges and mid irons well. Green regulations, you do want to hit a lot of greens this week, so I bumped that up a little bit. Birdie or better, bogey avoidance, strokes gained around the green, and then strokes gained putting with an emphasis on Bermuda splits. We have course history, plenty of course history to work with, so I did bump that up in the model this week. Let's quickly take a look at the guys that have played the best here over the years. Webb Simpson, Kevin Kisner. I actually put a bet on Kevin Kisner if you want to tell me on that one. 51 seemed like a really good number for him. Neesmith, Zach Johnson, and Tom Hoge kind of have the best course history. The whole yardage breakdown, which takes a look at the whole yardage length at this specific course. Finau, T-Mont, McCarthy, Hoge, and Goddard. So Hoge again atop that list. Comp 1 is going to be strokes gained on Bermuda courses over the last 2 years. Chris Kirk, who is a Sea Island Mafia guy. I believe Brian Harmon is as well. Webb Simpson, Tony Finau, and Tom Hoge again. Look, this is why we got on Seamus Power a couple weeks ago. Was because of all these comp columns. So don't mind looking at some Tom Hoge this week. And then comp number 2 is going to be strokes gained on very short par 70 courses. So par 70 courses that are less than 7,100 yards. You have Kevin Kisner, Webb Simpson again, Mackenzie Hughes, Chris Kirk, and Seamus Power, who we just talked about, coming off of a win and then a third place finish. Let's take a look at the rankings, and then we will look at some values, and we will get out of here. So Tony Finau leads the way at 88.8. Again, last week we had Scotty Scheffler with a 99 rating. That was one of the highest I've seen in quite some time. This week, it's Finau, it's Harmon, and then it's pretty much everyone else. It's kind of surprising to see Harmon rating out as well as Finau, but Yeah, he's number 2 in the stat model. A little bit better course history. Rates out pretty well in all the comps. He's been in really good form. So I do like Harman quite a bit this week. You have Keith Mitchell up there, who is another Sea Island guy. I believe Matt Kuchar's a Sea Island guy as well. Tom Hoagie. Let's take a look at the values for both sites. Dean Burmeister, after being 7,500 last week and being 7,600 last week and being one of the more popular plays on the entire slate, he's 6,300 this week. I'm not sure what happened there. Obviously, he missed the cut as the chalk, but he drove the ball extremely well. Perhaps it is just a course fit thing, or perhaps it's a DK error in pricing. That's kind of what it looks like. He's 80 to 1 in the markets, and he's 6,300. You rarely see that, so he's 29th in the model. Man, that is an extremely good value. A plus minus of 86, which has got to be the highest I've ever seen. So he's going to be a good value. Taylor Moore also rating out really well. He's been playing some good golf, and he finished 8th here last year. Ben Taylor coming off of a 3rd place finish. Mark Hubbard, again, he got DQ'd, so I think a lot of people will be shy to go back to him. Don't mind him in tournaments. You have Svensson up there. Brendan Todd, who I bet at 60 to 1. Anytime you get him on these short Bermuda courses, I will certainly play and take my chances with him. Jaeger's short game has been on fire. He's been gaining a ton of strokes around the green, a ton of strokes on the green. So if he can have a good week with the irons, I do think he's in play this week. Justin Rose coming off of a nice top 10. We talked about Kirk a little bit. Lee Hodges up there as well. And then on FanDuel, see if there are any different names. Ben Taylor, Svensson, we talked about them. Carl Yuan, certainly interesting. Missed a cut here last year, but he's been playing some good golf. Really good upside on the Korn Ferry Tour last year. Yeah, that'll just about do it. So it'll be an interesting decision point whether you want to start lineups with Finau or not coming off the win. Obviously played great last week. We've seen him string together some good finishes, but I don't think he's ever played here, at least not in the last 5 years. This course history rating makes me think he's played here before that, but that's definitely an interesting decision point. A guy that I do like on Bombers Fest a little bit more, because we did see, last week you could hit a lot of drivers, and he's really, really efficient with that driver. So I prefer starting with Harman, but to each their own. Want to wish everyone the best of luck. This will be the last video until January at I believe it's the Tournament of Champions, the first event of the year. So we're not going to have golf for 6 weeks. We're going to see Tiger Woods in action a few different times in December. We got the Hero World Challenge. We got father-son QB shootout, and then he's doing a match. So I'm excited for that. I'll obviously be paying attention and betting on those if I can. But yeah, thanks for joining me as always. And we will catch you back here in 6 weeks. Good luck, everybody.